Yo, welcome back. It's your boy Tyler Takai, and this is part two of prison life. If you was able to watch part one, my first YouTube video, you would have heard me discuss a few situations that happened while I was inside the female's prison. I identify as a trans male, so things in there weren't so easy for me, put it that way. Yeah, in my first video, I discussed with you what it was like in court before I actually got sent to prison, what it was like in the induction when I first got booked in, things like that, my first night and stuff, and what it was like meeting people and all the questions I got from inmates and stuff like that, and what it was like even dealing with the screws, like the staff, and them and their labels. Yeah, because every day all you hear is ladies this, ladies that, ladies behind the doors, and so it was really hard for me to deal with. So yeah, after creating part one, I there were so much things that just popped to mind. Even the same night after uploading the video, I was like, damn, like what about this that happened? What about that happened? And like, I thought that I wanted to share it with you guys as well. Yeah, let's start off with getting a trim. That was one of my major issues in there. Like, put it this way, I didn't get a trim for court. I had a trim maybe 2 weeks prior to court. Like, I didn't even get time to get a fresh trim. I didn't think I was going down, so yeah, I didn't go in with a fresh trim. So I was growing a bit of a little afro. My hair was probably about like maybe that long. But yeah, I wanted a fresh trim, little shape up, and just to feel a bit better in myself. Just to when I go on my visits and see my family, I didn't want to look all scruffy how I was for the first few weeks. Um, so yeah, getting a trim. So yeah, one day I noticed that the ladies on the wing would go up to the officer at the desk and they would hand in their card with their name, like ID card basically, and they would get either straighteners or blow dryers, whatever they would request to do their hair, literally. So I went up to them one day and I said, "Look, haven't you got any clippers or something like that? Something that I can shave my head." And in mind, yeah, this prison had a massive, when I say massive, full blown salon. Like you walk in, it's like a normal salon you'll see out on road, like full blown salon, everything they needed. Do you know what I'm saying? Qualified hairdresser, teacher, or whatever that was teaching them bits and bobs. But the one thing they weren't doing was trims. Why not? You know? So yeah, I remember going to ask for some clippers, and I was told that the prison actually don't have any clippers. They don't provide clippers for inmates. The only way you can get clippers is if you're on the advanced level in your canteen sort of thing, and you can order them through your canteen. And that's something you probably would get to that level after being maybe there for like a year or something like that. Just like how you would get maybe a PlayStation or things like that. When you get advanced. And yeah, so there was no way I was serving a few months. There was no way of me being able to work towards actually ordering clippers in. And then one day, someone actually made it known to me that a woman on my wing actually owned a pair of clippers. I was on the induction wing majority of my sentence, literally. Only the last few weeks I got moved to a different wing, but I was on the induction wing, and that's where they hold like the most vulnerable people. That's where they tend to keep transgender people on that wing, transgender males on that wing, and for some reason they had a serial killer on that wing. Yeah, very well known woman, uh, the lady who killed, I think it was 4 or 5 men in Peterborough, some psycho basically. She was on my wing. She was the only person with clippers. So she weren't as luckily she was quite friendly. Like I remember at breakfast and stuff, she would like she didn't want her fruit or her biscuits, whatever. She'll give it to like offer it to certain people, and like I was one of them she'll offer her stuff to. So alright, thanks. Like I'll be honest with you, I felt a bit away being on the wing with her, knowing that she had a high dislike for men, and she obviously had previously killed a few men in the past. So I was a bit on edge with her in that sense, but she was the only one with clippers, so I had to try and that, you know what I'm saying, make friends with her to get a trim. But I never forget. Yeah, one day I've asked her if I can like use her clippers or if she can cut my hair because I don't have to cut my own hair. To be fair, I've never really cut my own hair. I can maybe try attempt someone else's, but yeah. So I've asked her, look, do you mind cutting my hair one day? I just want to take it all off. You know what I'm saying? Little shape up, whatever. She said, yeah, that's cool as long as like the screws are alright with it and whatever else. Surprisingly, they was alright with it. So yeah, I think it was the next day she ended up cutting my hair and was out on the wing, and there was a few people sitting around just chatting and stuff, watching while I got my hair trimmed by this woman, literally. Never forget the moment when I said to her, like, bro, how you gonna do the shape up, yeah? And she pulled out a razor that she had got from the officers. She had asked them, you have to give your card and you can get a razor and whatever else. So she got that prior to doing my hair. And she literally took the razor to her mouth, yeah, and she just bit it open. You just heard the plastic break. I just thought, oh my God, you're not. Inside I'm a bit shaken and stuff, but I just want my hair trimmed as well, yeah. But I'm thinking, no, this woman's crazy. So she was bit the razor to get the blade out, and yeah, she used that blade to do my shape up. And yeah, I got my hair trimmed by the serial killer, basically. I remember going on my visit a couple of days later or something. I was all fresh shirt, fresh trim, shape up, everything. And then I went and saw my mum. And then even she was like, "Wow, how did you get a haircut and stuff?" When I told her the story and who had done it, she was like, "Seriously?" She's like, "I don't know how you sat there like and let her do it." I was just like, I don't know how I did either, to be fair, but it had to be done. Like I wanted a trim, you know. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? So yeah, that's how I went about getting a trim. Really, bit crazy, but basically put my life at risk for flipping trim. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. This is one folder of quite a few that I've held on that actually this was in my cell room with me, and it's just got letters on letters from family, from ladies that put stuff under my door while I was in there, and just all sorts of crazy stuff. So I'm gonna show you some bits and bobs that's in here. When I tell you I was trying to say stay so productive, like by reading and writing and just thinking what I can do just to take my mind off of things and just ride my time and get through it, you know. So like I came up with this project. It's actually really rough, but it was a project called Transforming Jails or Transforming Prisons, with the trans obviously part in it. And our aim is to provide care and equipment to transgender communities in prison. Like I actually wrote this when I was inside, so obviously it says a lot. Do you know what I'm saying? As to where I felt they were lacking, what I felt I needed while I was in there. So in terms of care, it'd be good if there was like one-to-one support, like talk and advice, you know, and group sessions as well. You get everyone together and just make them know you're not the only one. If there is more than one, you know what I'm saying, in the prison, group sessions, future planning. So in terms of when you get out, what's your plan? Who you're gonna seek help for? What services? How you're gonna continue your journey for when you get out? Um, Talk sessions to all inmates and guards. That's an important one because I genuinely felt like I was the teacher. When I say I felt like the teacher, it's like I had inmates asking me questions literally every day, every 5 10 minutes if I'm out on the wing, um, which at first was annoying, but I've learned to see it as like a way of I'm educating these people. Actually, thought, wow, do you know what? They actually don't know much, not in a rude way, but you wouldn't if unless you open yourself up to it and ask questions or people tell you. Do you know what I'm saying? And inform you. But anyways, yeah, and the guards as well didn't have a clue how to obviously deal with a transgender male in a female's prison in that sense because, for example, titles and the labels they were calling me was just unacceptable when I've already made it clear what I'd like to be labelled as, you know. Explain a little more on the fight for equality and the acceptance in the UK, make it more, make them aware of the acceptance that is now in today, you know, and give a personal brief on my experience in jail. Yeah, and then in terms of equipment that I thought that they would need for female to males, it'd be good to have shiwis. Because there was a few times I was on the loo and like a male guard or something would just open the flap or something like that, and I'm literally just having a wee. But it's like I'm used to using a shiwi out of prison, but obviously in prison I couldn't use that, so I felt a bit emasculated in a sense, you know. Binders, boxers. I didn't have a binder my whole time being in there. Boxers is a must, you know. And then male to female, they should be able to provide female underwear, knickers, and things like that, and even makeup, because I doubt you'd be able to get any makeup in like a male's prison. Like, I'd be interested to know what it's like for a transgender female in a male's prison as well. So, yeah, please do share any experiences. If you know anyone that would share their experiences with me, I'd be happy to listen, man. I'd be very interested. The love in there was real. I got cards from. This is one. Just a quick read of it. To Tyler, you're the one that got away. I wish I had more time with you, as I really like you. I'm gonna miss you loads. I'm definitely gonna miss you more at work. I will write. Oh yeah, because I did work with them in the call center. I actually worked in the call center. I had a job in the call center. Um, yeah, about that as well. So yeah, the call center was the highest. The call center was the highest paying job in there. We basically go in every morning, and it would literally be like a call center. We'd be sitting in front of computers. There's a phone and everything, and there'll be a message on screen that we have to just say every time. You have to learn it off the top of your head, obviously, rather than reading it. You sound like a robot on the phone. You basically call them up and you say, "Yes, I'm from this company." You don't let them know or disclose that you're in prison, obviously. You just say, "Yeah, I'm working for this company," and you can ask you a few questions about like your household stuff, bills, and things like that. That's all it was, and we got paid per person that done the survey. And in case you was wondering how much you would make in a day, it was probably about £1, £2, so about £12 to £15 a week on average, and that was it to spend on the canteen. So that's it. Once again, we've come to an end. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next.